Hey everybody, how you doing? Z Garcia here. Welcome to Best of the Month, where a few of us are going to tell you about our favorite new to us game from September 2017 and why we liked it so much. So I'm going to kick things off myself with my favorite game of the month, and that is this one right here. You cannot tell what it is from just looking at this cover, so we're going to look at the side there. Paper Tales. This is a card drafting game in which you are going to be passing 5 cards or so. You keep one past the rest, and then you are going to place some face down in front of you. 2 in the front, those are the attackers. 2 in the back, those are your support characters. They're revealed, and then you compare your prowess, your combat with the player on your right, the player on your left. Sounds familiar perhaps so far. And then you might build some buildings, generate some income, things like that. The game clearly, as I'm alluding to, has some similarities to Seven Wonders and to other card drafting games. But what I like about it is the simplicity of it, combined with the speed at which it plays, combined with all the different combos you can pull off, the things you can focus on, the little boosts you can get from this place or that, or from combining these 2 characters. You know, there is this whole idea of the characters you recruit aging. And you put a token on them, they age. Next time that phase comes up, they already have a token on them. They are now old, and they will see their way out of your army. And that's a clever thing you can manipulate in many interesting ways. Anyway, a really great, just beautiful looking game. Interesting, engaging. Paper Tales is a winner in my book. Check it out.
Best game of this month, without a doubt, is Seventh Continent. This is an exploration game, and I play it by myself or sometimes with my son, just going around. You can do whatever you want. It has a great way of using your action points or your life points, and it is so great. There are so many puzzles in the game. There are so many story elements in the game. Oh man, I can't wait to go back. I have died multiple times, but I am still enjoying it, going back to the island and finding out what the mysteries are, the curses that you need to solve. I've got over 20 hours in it already, and I already backed the next curses that are coming up. There's more adventures on the same island, but there is so much to explore, and I highly recommend Seventh Continent. Oh wait, I had a point where I found a dog, and then I could only teach that dog some tricks if I knew German, because apparently that's the way you train dogs. You teach them German. I know German, so I got a special perk. Oh, I love stuff like that. It is all and much, much, much more in this game, Seventh Continent.
It's Roy Candy from Epic Gaming Night, and my best of the month is Seventh Continent. I love how this is an exploration game that really feels like you're exploring this gigantic map as you're moving around, and you're always whittling away at your action deck, so you're always afraid that you're gonna run out of resources and the curse card's gonna come up and you're going to lose the game. It's very interesting the way that you have to look at the tiles and try to find like little things and clues on them, and there's this story that plays out and unfolds, and it just feels slightly like interesting, and you never quite know what's going on in this game. I'm really excited to play it more, and that's why Seventh Continent is my best of the month.
Hey everybody, Daniel from Life of a Board Gamer here, and my best of the month, September, definitely goes to Yokohama. I really like worker placement games, and this one does it really well. It has those interesting mechanics where you use those little assistants and then move your president, and you have to create a path with them around different districts in a town, and then you move your president along those paths and activate different spots. And the components are stunning. I mean, this is the deluxe edition, which looks out of this world component wise, and I don't know, it's really great game with great and awesome replay value. So my best of the month definitely goes to Yokohama. Pozdrav.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Best of the Month. This right here is my Best of the Month for September 2017. Massive Darknet was Darkness. It was part of what actually got us through the boredom of just sitting around waiting for Hurricane Irma to pass by. So that was a really cool thing. Will be forever etched in my memory. But on top of that, it's just a really fun dungeon crawler. I enjoy a lot of the different aspects of it. The shadow zones is one of the main things that I really enjoy about it. I like how it ramps up, and by the end of the session, by the end of the scenario, you are this buff hero just basically trampsing around this dungeon, willing and ready to simply take on whatever comes around the corner. I like the diversity of the different kinds of monsters. I like how they also ramp up in difficulty from level 1 to 5. There's just a lot of good things that I like about this game. Not so much worried about what other people are saying about it, but I really enjoyed it, had a great time with it, so it's my best of the month for September 2017, Massive Darkness.
Hey guys, it's Jay Peak from Peak Your Interest. The best game for me this month was Skulldug. It's a dungeon exploring, tile laying game. You're going to go into the dungeon, try to find a couple pieces of treasure, come out before your opponents. Maybe hit a monster or a trap while you're in there. It's a light filler game where it's just basically racing to get a couple treasures before your opponents and try to avoid the baddies while you're in there. But anyways, the reason this one was so high for me this month was I won this from Robert Oren's Patreon giveaway. If you guys are unfamiliar with Robert Oren, definitely give his channel a look. He will teach you anything you want to know about painting miniatures. He does a really great job. But definitely the best game for me this month was Skulldug. So thank you, Robert Oren, and have fun, everybody.
Hey friends, Chubby Meeple here to talk about the best game I played in September of 2017, and I'm going to give that honor to Downforce, Restoration Games, designed by the folks over there, redesigned of Wolfgang Kramer's old racing game, which itself was a redesign. But in Downforce, what I like about this is it's fun for all ages. I've played this with my kids, I've played it with a game group, it works at all ages, it plays really quickly, you're talking 20 to 30 minutes in playtime. There's a lot of replayability because the cars themselves get paired up with different powers, different variable player powers that are unique. So those are going to switch out every game. Obviously the bidding is going to change things up as you're bidding on the cars. You're going to have different cars you're controlling. Having a different hand of cards every game, of course, adds to replayability as well. So you can continue playing, and we generally will play it and then flip the board over and play on the other track. So we usually end up playing it a couple of times when we do get it out. So definitely, if you've not checked out Downforce, highly recommend it. It's super fun, fun for all ages, works at all player counts from 2 to 6, and everybody has a great time with it. So until next month, keep gaming, friends.
I've been on the road in the last couple weeks, but I always try to play games I'm traveling. And my best of the month is Attack on Titan: The Last Stand. It's based on a very famous anime, which I really like. Now, before you Google Attack on Titans, I just want to make sure that you know that this is kind of a hard kind of scene. There's a lot of gore scenes and a lot of violence on that anime. But that said, the game really brings the theme into life. I think they did a really good job integrating the theme and the game. So basically you play different heroes that have to climb up on the tower and onto the Titan to be able to kill the Titan. So you have different heroes, and they all have specific power there, so somewhat asymmetrical. You also can choose which Titan that you want to play, the Deviant, the Destructive, and you also have the basic Titan there. This is a really good game. The theme is there, the game is fun. We really had a great time playing, and that's why this is the best of month for me. Attack on Titan: The Last Stand. See you guys next time.
Hello everyone, my name's Annette, and you may know me as Nutters Plays. Now I want you to imagine yourself, human being, located in a world with other beings, but not the fleshy kind, the metallic kind, robots. Now imagine those robots and having them in the world as technological beings, informational beings, and such. What you're trying to do is collect these different types of bots and put them into your network. And to do so, you have to modify these things or calibrate these mechanics inside these robots in order to make them Sentient. So what really captured me in Sentient is the fact that it's not just a dice game, but it also is a card game and also has a little bit of area control in it and a whole bunch of math. It's just like one big giant cake of goodness. All these different mechanisms involved, and what you end up having is this delicious dessert in the end. So what I really enjoyed about it is simply that you get to manipulate the dice values. Even though you roll the dice 3 times throughout the game, you're constantly collecting these cards that will either change the value or leave it the same. And in order for you to gain points, you have to manage the cards you're collecting along with matching them to whatever the die value is. It seems like a lot, and it kind of is, but it's also very enjoyable if you like math. And that's why I really enjoy Sentient. If you're a big time problem solver, I would highly recommend it. So that's why Sentient is my best of the month.
Howdy folks, Rebecca and Hunter here from Family Showdown, and our game of the month is Gold West, a game that has flown under the radar for a lot of people, I think.
Yes, it's several years old, but it is a new game to us. I really enjoy the resource management in this game. Use a cool main column mechanism to decide which resources you get to use in this round, and I find that very interesting.
Yes, and I really like the board and the way that you settle camps and get resources from that to use on your Mancala piece of your player board. So if you haven't tried this game, you need to take a look at Gold West.
Our best of the month.
Hey there, I'm Jason Peacock. This month has been one of the best months I've had this year for playing games. I played so many great titles. The best game I played this month has got to be this guy right here, Viral. This is a territory control game, and this one has such a unique flavor. I love everything about it, from the graphic design to the player interaction, to the unique mechanics of, the body expelling you. As the game goes by, you start getting better actions you can do. You can attack other viruses, you can absorb viruses into you so that they can't compete with you in a fight. You can move through the human body, and you can multiply, you can spawn up new ones. There's other things you can do. It's just a brilliant, lovely game. What a darling this is. Not only is this one of the best games I played this month, but it's probably a top 25 game for me. This game is awesome sauce. So thanks for watching. I will see you next month. I'm Jason Peacock.
Hey guys, best of the month for September 2017 for myself, and this month that game was The Roar. Now this is a reprint of Rushafart, and it also includes the Ohio expansion in it as well. Now this game is a medium heavier game, and you're going to be delivering coal down a river to various cities and industries, and even taking it into a port to have it shipped overseas. And I really enjoyed how historical this game is, and how everything in this game tells a story that actually happened. It is definitely worth taking a look at if you're into heavier Euros or medium Euros, and I look forward to seeing you guys next month.
So my game of the month this week was an easy choice, and that is Seventh Continent. Gigantic choose-your-own adventure style game. You are stranded on an island, the Seventh Continent. A curse has been laid upon you, and you are hunting this down, trying to figure out exactly how to cure it. But you're doing it by going through, and you find all sorts of adventures, almost like an Indiana Jones, where there's a lot of adventures in this 1920s setting, but at the same time there's a bit of the supernatural behind the scenes and some weird creatures and all sorts of things. But it's just such a fun cooperative type adventure. Really excited about this one. Played it a lot this month. That is Seventh Continent.
Hey folks, Mark here. My pick of the month is Edge of Humanity from Golden Egg Games. Not only is it my pick of the month, but it was my sleeper hit of Gen Con 2017. This is a story-driven deck builder, post-apocalyptic, with 3 different stories. Some really neat choices to be made in this game as you build out your colony for your survivors. There's some story elements that force you to make interesting choices about what cards to keep, how much health to hold on to, if you have ammo, what weapons to use, and so forth. So this game has a lot going for it. I really, really like how some of the cards, like supply cards, when you use them to build buildings, they don't just go back to your discard pile. No, they are trashed out of the game. So some really interesting deck thinning mechanics going on here. And again, the storytelling is really, really well done. I really enjoyed this one. So guys, if you haven't seen Sam's review, go check it out. We had a blast playing it at Gen Con. All right, folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Hi everyone, Anna here, and this month I played a lot of Time Stories. First we played Marcy Case, and after that Prophecy of Dragons. Both of them we really liked. Marcy Case because of the fast action theme and the more deduction style gameplay, and A Prophecy of Dragons because of the great fantasy theme and that you could really feel like you were powering up your character before going into the big end battle against the big end boss, which felt really cool. For those people that don't know Time Stories, it's a time traveling game in which you are time agents that are going to go back in time to repair time rifts that have occurred all in these different time regions. If you have not tried it, just lend it from somebody. If you really like deep storylines, they cannot play it again, so just not let it get dusty and try it out.
You have to build your own civilization. To do so, you'll have to produce food, resources and science to develop new technologies and increase your population. The player with the best civilization wins the game. Hello everybody, my name is Robert and I'm the Co-op Gamer. And my best game of August isn't a co-op game, but it's Through the Ages, a new story of civilization. I really like this game because it reminds me a lot of Civilization the computer game, which I love. The only downside is that it can take a couple of hours to complete. Now, because I'm the Co-op Gamer, I also wanted to talk to you about my favorite co-op game of last month, and that's the expansion for Time Stories, Lumen Fidei. I haven't finished the scenario yet, but I will as soon as possible. I hope to see you next time, and continue to cooperate.
And that's going to do it for us. A big thanks to all the contributors. A big thanks to you for tuning in. Hope you found something cool and new to you. And come back and see us again in 1 month where we'll tell you about the best games we played in October. See you next time.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. Cool stuff in stock. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.